Okay, so we're going to be using a program called Codap, which is a program that allows you to look at data statistically using a graph, or you can just simply compare the numbers over here in this little bar. So we're going to be looking at roller coasters, U.S. roller coasters, over years and years and years. We can compare how the speeds have changed, the height, the material used, just using this one simple program. So over here we can see we got the older, the recent, and the newest roller coasters, and we got it all aligned to each other. When you can see that it shows you there's 31 older, 82 recent, and then 44 new. So we can just click out this little plus bar and then look through all the roller coasters we got. It's got all the data spread out. And if we go over here, this has all the data in them. So we can just go over here and look how it's plotted. This is just random plots. So for example, let's close all these out, and let's compare. Let's see how the type of material and the speed compares. So if we look at this, we can see that there's much more steel roller coasters made. But if we look, the top speed of these roller coasters are obviously much higher in steel. And which makes sense because wooden roller coasters are a lot more prone to breaking other than steel, which are much more sturdy and a lot easier to get to those higher speeds and build higher because it's just much more durable material. So I would say, yeah, that the type of material built for these roller coasters definitely has an impact on the speed, because if we look over here, we got a top speed of 120 miles per hour of steel, and the highest of wooden is 78. While there are not too many more steel roller coasters that are higher than 80, but you can still see that if you look through here, there's just a whole lot more than there is over here in this certain specific area. So like, we got 73 here, and then the next one's 66. If we look over here, we got all kinds in the 70s and high 60s, while you look over here, you got the most in the 40s and 50s. I mean, you got some slow ones over here, but we can assume those are probably kiddie roller coasters. If we look, see, the lowest is 23, and the lowest of wooden is 25. However, you're going to have more higher speed steel roller coasters just because of the material is so much more durable. And so we can compare all kinds of different things, and you can just easily remove this and remove this up, and you're right back to where you started over here. So we just put all kinds of different things in. So let's do the year. Find the year. Here, year operated. We'll stick it in. And then we could compare it to, we'll do top speed again, see how the speed has changed over the years. So if we look at this, so the 1900, let's look at right here. So it was opened in 1915, and obviously it's going to be one of our slower roller coasters. But if we start moving up, yeah, we have some slower ones that were built a little bit newer. But like I said, you got to take into consideration what the roller coaster is. Like, it could be a child roller coaster, or so forth. So if we look, but our higher speed is looking like it's going to be our newer ones. So we got 2003, 2015, 1997, 2000. So most of our 2000 ones are over this area more so. And if you look over here, our fastest roller coaster early is, what do we got? 1924, 55 miles per hour. So we can definitely assume that as the years progressed, we have gotten more in depth, or not more in depth, but like more strategic with our building, so we can really build more powerful roller coasters. This can go a lot faster. So we look at height. Let's throw in, not look at height, look at speed. Let's throw in height and see how much higher we built them. So obviously, look here, they were not built that high, and I guess we can assume that's just because of the lack of resources like we do now. So we got 1924 is max height is 70. But if we go way over here in the higher, like look how newer, 2003 is our highest height, 1997. So high in the late 1900s and the early 2000s, or late 2000s, not late, but 2015 and so, we got some higher roller coasters. But then again, we have some smaller ones as well. So it looks like our meat of our roller coasters are right in here, which is about in the low hundreds, maybe low to mid hundreds of our roller coaster. And we have some varying way out here. So I guess we have somewhat of a correlation in this area here. So we can compare all kinds of different roller coasters, and you can also add roller coasters. So for example, let's look at this one, the Extreme, which is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It is a still sit-down roller coaster with a high speed of only 37.3, and this was built in 2007. So this is not an older roller coaster, and for a low speed. But if we look at some of the pictures, we can see that it is more than likely just a child's roller coaster. So that's what I was saying before. You can't just, because it's newer and slower and smaller, you can't just assume that that's just how it's not a powerful roller coaster. It wasn't built for that. So I added this roller coaster in particular in right here in our newer ones, 2007. So you can just, it will show you the data of this, and it'll definitely change some of these things. So like, let's see, let's go with year operated again, and we'll do top speed again. So let's click that there, and there's that. So it has a little impact on it. The more and more roller coasters you add, the more skewness and more correlation you'll see. But you can easily pinpoint where this is in the graph using this Codap application. This is a very powerful application when comparing all kinds of data and looking at it at a graph or just numerical form. You can really do all kinds of statistical calculations using this app, and it's so easy to use. And like I said, you just click on it, it'll show you on the graph. Some up. Cancel that. There's just so many different things that you can use. Like you can compare it on the graph, just plug in random things from over here and compare them. And you don't even have, it's easy to just take rid of. You just click on it, remove, and then you can just compare one if you want to see what the top speed of them are. So it's a very, very powerful app to compare all kinds of data. It don't have to be just roller coasters. You can compare all kinds of different things. So that would be it. Thank you.